A dead end?
No, there's an elevator. Looks operational.
I can't believe there's actually an underground harbor here. There are even boats docked.
I only see Danans. Think they were forced to work here?
Probably. Let's see what they have to share about Almadria. You didn't happen to see a lord come by, did you?
Sorry, friend, but she just left. Came by with a whole posse of underlings, boarded her ship, and took off at first wind. We damn near got blown away. She was that much in a hurry.
Damn! So we missed her!
You guys trying to go after her? Need a ride?
Are you saying you know how to steer a ship?
Spent most of my life chained to the deck of some ship or other. Yeah, I know my jib from my boom.
We don't know how dangerous it'll be. Better you give us the boat and stay on solid ground.
Whoa there! You been out on the water before? The sea ain't nobody's friend, you know. You need a sea dog like me or you'll sink her before she makes it out the harbor.
We're losing time. Sir, we're in your debt.
Now that's more like it. Name's Mahavar. Just give me a holler when you're all set and we'll set sail. This is like a dream come true. Never gotten to captain a ship before. Never would have thought I'd get a chance like this. Thank you, y'all.
The pleasure's all ours. Think we'll catch up to her?
Of course we will. They got too much weight on them. Meanwhile, this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags. They got a good head start on us, but we can take them.
Do you know if there are any Danans on that ship?
Couldn't say for sure. On the one hand, seeing as it's supposed to be something of another castle, I'd reckon they probably wouldn't let a bunch of Danans on board. On the other hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that thing all by themselves. In any case, it's gonna be a while before we reach her. Until then, you're all free to do whatever. Just don't fall in the ocean.
I know Mahavar said we could take it easy, but there's not exactly a lot to do on this boat. I guess I'll check in on everyone and see how they're holding up.
Do you think Law is okay?
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize to him too. I should apologize to all of you, really.
Us too?
Well, I was kinda lying to you all this whole time. I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you might be facing.
We all have things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinwell. So what if you had something to hide? It doesn't undo the good that you've done, or the people that you've helped save along the way.
But that's not what I mean.
I know. You're talking about Almadria, right?
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen. I can't stop hating her. Even just thinking about her makes my head feel like it's going to explode. But it's not just her. I think about the way Law looked at me. I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside. And yet, Cislodius Danans backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahag Sar has people like Deadime. But then there are people like Law and Shion. It's all just too much. I don't know what to think anymore.
Law never said that you had to forgive Almadria. It's only natural you would hate your family's murderer. But
But what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that, well, I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how they never got to make things right. And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away. Law let revenge fuel him, and I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret. Whatever happens to Almadria when this is all over is up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make. Just think it over carefully for me, okay? You still have time.
Okay. Thanks, Alphen. Say, back then, after the fight, I think I really made Shion mad. I don't know, though. Maybe it just looked that way. But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels. Do you know why she gets like that?
Shion's... She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels, not being able to hold another person's hand.
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almadria's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think. This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cyslodia. The lush green glades of Menancia. The harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its Lake of Death, and Nias its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
Say we actually managed to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Danans and the Renans then?
You first.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere, too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Danans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Danans. And the good things too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it. So, I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have changed. You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Shion.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dana. Always.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renis Alma, right? Then you can... Shion?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon. I never could have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... especially you, Alphen.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah, we are.
took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almadria, but was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder for her? I feel like such a screw-up.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about Almadria?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegis.
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegis. How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almadria did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almadria do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously, but it is a means to an end nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least, I'm really not that surprised that Almadria resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Danans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Sar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city, he didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Danan versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
You don't look so good. You all right?
The floor. It keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord, my expectations for Almadria were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings.
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niaz was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim?
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. Back then, all I had to worry about was fighting the Renans for the sake of the Danans. But then I met Shion and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Danans like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Danans were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective from being on the side of the oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us. But nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me now.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, you may be able to free the Danan people. But that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almadria did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Danans had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfon tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You have your promise to Megal, though. Your home and the people of Menancia are depending on you.
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Who, me?
You and Shion.
I'm not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Danans do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry. Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
Wonder how much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almadria. I'll ask Mahavar.
Look who's up! Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
That's the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin. Hungry already, my dear? Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find Almadria.
Shion, I want to thank you.
What brought this on?
What you said helped to calm me.
Don't mention it.
Now that's what I call a ship!
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahagsar. So big that it took years to construct.
For all we know, Kelzelik may well have been smuggling materials to help build it. In which case it would be yet another mistake on my part.
We don't know that she was only getting materials from Menancia.
You think it's possible that they might have come from elsewhere too? Yeah, I guess I could see it.
But what do you think Almadria plans to do from here on out, now that she's abandoned her realm and sailed out to sea?
She'll be filling her coffers with gold, most likely. Then she'll sit back and enjoy the show as the other lords duke it out. Or something to that effect, at least.
I wouldn't put it past her.
She's strong, yet shrewd, and will stoop to any low. A dangerous one indeed.
She's not the first, and she won't be the last. This is a lord we're talking about, remember?
Sounds like you've made up your mind already.
There was never anything to decide. No one who can smile like that while doing what she did deserves to roam free.
Yeah, you're right.
This might not be the best time, but if you have a minute. That mask of yours, it was shattered by a blow from Balsev when you fought back in Calaglia, correct?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I thought I was a goner.
Balsev's brute strength was in a league all its own, yet half the mask remains. It's remarkably durable. Too durable to be Danon in origin.
Shion said the same thing. As if the fact I was wearing it meant there had to be more to me than met the eye.
You recalled your name when the mask broke, I hear.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared what might happen when I lose the remaining half. Then again, the idea of not doing something because I'm afraid scares me even more. That's why I go on fighting.
Only he who first faces the night catches a glimpse of the dawn.
Come again?
It's nothing. Forget I said anything.
Get out of this! Fall back! You're mine!
Gale Force!
Calm down!
As a storm!
I'm going in! Engaging! Here I come! I'm hit!
It's weakened!
Tiger Blade! This ends now! Fire support! Take this! It's over! The force! Tiger Blade!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize. I won't forgive you!
It's time! Try harder!
This one's mine!
Nothing!
You think that shield will save you?
Here I go! On guard! It's over!
In a bind?
It's almost too strong!
Split it open!
Be my guest!
Denied!
Freeze Lancer!
This one's mine! Save you!
My shield!
Make it rain!
Enter storm! Rotate fury!
Everyone still in one piece?
Yep. I barely worked up a sweat.
Huh?
Got it! That went well.
Are you okay? You're not too tired, are you?
Nope, I'm fine. Let's keep moving.
Right, here goes! I'm not done!
On guard!
Burn it! Take this!
Tiger Blade!
Enter storm! Plasma shock!
This one's mine!
Take this! Fluid kick! Enter storm!
On guard! That's it!
Fluid kick!
On guard!
It's too fast!
Stand back!
I'll trip it up.
Divine Strength!
On guard! Primed and ready! In a bind!
Cyan Instant!
Now! Tiger Blade! Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Bring him down! This one's mine!
Out of the way!
Bring the Tiger Blade!
Eat this! Take down their defenses! I see one, eh? Enter storm!
Healing circle!
Plasma shock!
Release! Appreciate the help!
It's on!
Here's evil! Sleep now!
Enter storm! Coming through! Ha! Mount! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll heal you all!
An astral arc?
That's my cue.
Shut him down.
Throbs in pain.
You're mine! Azure Storm!
Make it rain!
You're mine! Azure Storm! It's over!
Water Snake, wait!
You're mine! Azure Storm!
Your dreams.
I owe you one. Azure Storm!
Smash you!
Do it! Shield!
Tiger Blade!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds.
On guard!
Take this!
Water Snake, wait!
No further!
Tiger Blade!
A comfortable win.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
You got spirit! Burn it! Damn it! I'm not done!
They really don't give up, do
You're
they?
lost! Now you'll learn! I'll take this! Demon Fang!
I can carve through armor!
Searing flame! This one's mine!
On guard! Take this! Tiger Blade!
Now or never.
Lunar blast!
Can't get out of this!
I'm all excited!
This one's all mine! Demon Fang!
Do it! Nothing gets by me!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Barely a blip on our radar.
Gotta break through! Here I come! Azure Storm! Ignite! Damn it!
You see this coming? Piercing
You're
roar!
mine!
Here goes!
I can read your moves like a book!
Here I come! Here I come! You're finished! Here I come!
Ready to rip! Make it rain!
I can carve through armor! Like the other mine! Azure Storm!
Take this!
Glacial Spear! Water Snake, wait!
Searing Gale!
Time to shine!
You're finished!
Make it rain! Run well!
Demons descend!
Flashing Fang!
Barely a blip on our radar.
Marksman handles
Blast
it.
the
Know
shot!
where that came from? You'll have no mercy!
Tiger Blade!
Blast the shot!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Damn it, Shiny! Here I come!
One more!
Glacial spear!
Make it rain!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Here, let me help.
Going in!
Talk back, will ya?
Dazzling Spin!
You're mine!
Flame of fear!
Tiger Blade!
Ignite it!
Here's evil!
You're mine! Azure Storm! Blast the shot!
Tiger Blade!
Take this!
I can carve through armor!
Take this!
Thank you.
Blast the shot! On your knees!
None shall escape my judgment!
It's over!
Tiger Blade!
Divine
Orochi
Streak!
Fury!
Far enough!
Come back, will ya? Azure
Dazzling
Storm!
Spin!
Water! Here I call!
Luna Rongo!
Dance in the wind! Air drop!
You're finished!
This one's mine! Raging Lightning!
Do it!
Kisara!
Commander of Heaven.
Phoenix Cyclone!
I feel sprightlier than before.
Never seen anything like it.
It's an authentication key. They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from, but this is new to me.
It might go in an elevator somewhere. We should test it out.
Finally, some open space again.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
This is a true masterpiece, no less than culinary art. Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Anything in armor is all.
Here I come!
Watch for those ranged attacks!
Engaging! Hurricane thrust! You're mine!
Freezing storm!
Eat this!
Tornado! Raging cascade!
Fall back!
Spread! Now! Hear my call! Spread! Burning strike! Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that.
Tiger blade!
Don't get complacent.
An opponent like this should be easy. I see one, eh?
I'm the true gunslinger around here.
For my lord!
Falling spray! Fire! It's in the sky!
It's almost too strong.
Then I'll split it open!
Be my guest! Azure Storm!
Piercing roll!
Fatality!
Azure blade!
Azure Storm!
Falling storm! Make it rain!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet and... This is the power of the blazing sword! An opponent like this should be easy.
I'm going. Not on my watch. Take that.
Refill! Cascade! Spread!
Ready to heal. Where are you going?
Now!
Target blade.
Born scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
An astral art?
That's my cue!
Shut him
Not
down!
on my watch.
Healing circle!
Appreciate the help. This one's mine. One more.
Lunar Rondo!
Glacial spear.
I'm
Make it rain.
Take this!
Let
You're
the
finished!
marksman handle this. Piercing roar.
Take this!
Look sharp.
We did not chance!
Pierce evil!
Burn it
This
out!
one's mine.
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
Out of our way. Where are you going?
It's over!
Water. This one's mine.
Blast the shock! I won't show you any mercy! Take this! Iron Storm! Rising Water!
Here, let me help.
Here I come! It's over!
Tiger blade.
Rising Falcon! No escape! Blast the shock!
Here's a healing arc.
You're mine!
Their arts were interrupted.
Strike! Here I come! Azure Storm! Not today!
Falling storm.
I'm not done!
Tiger blade.
Azure Storm! Blast the shock!
Falling storm.
Lunar Rondo! Rising Order!
One more.
In here! I'll be saving this one!
Dazzling spin. Tiger blade.
Traffic Storm!
Thunderblade!
Healing circle.
I'll fix you up!
Not
I'm ready!
No escape!
Thank you!
Down. Drawn.
Will this
Rising Falcon! It's
This
on!
one's mine.
Here I come!
Firmament Ranger!
Let me help.
Blast the shock!
Arrow squall. Freezing storm.
Not today!
I'm
You're
tornado!
mine!
Let me help.
Vanquish darkness!
Blast the shock!
Dazzling spin.
Reload!
Nothing gets by
Here I
me.
come!
It's time to finish this. Die. Consuming wildfire. Here, let me help. First aid.
Strike!
There! Flaming meteor!
Try harder! Not a chance!
Here's a healing arc!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for! Get behind me!
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Far enough!
I'm not done! Azure Storm!
Time to stop!
Orochi's Fury!
Here, let me help!
This one's all mine!
Going in!
I owe you one! Azure Storm!
Going in! Firmament render!
Orochi's Fury!
I'll heal you all! An outstanding effect!
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about
No
that!
further! Take this!
I owe you
Azure
one!
Storm!
I'll be saving this one!
Take this!
One time ready!
Strike!
Raging
An
Cascade!
outstanding effect!
Thanks!
I'll heal you all! Lightning of Raging Cascade! Not on my watch!
Falling
Healing
storm!
Circle! Down with the doctor order!
Tiger blade!
Raging Cascade!
This one is
Over
mine!
here! I'll be saving
This one's mine!
Try harder!
Look sharp!
Here, let me help!
Tiger blade!
Take this!
Make it rain!
Gohaline!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
We won.
This looks nice and tough.
This'll make us even more formidable. Seriously? Is this a joke?
This one's mine! One more!
Now or never.
Here's a healing arch!
Can't get out of this!
I owe you one.
Raging Storm!
Underwater! Hear my call!
Vanquish darkness!
Glacial spear!
Here's evil!
Take this!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Divine!
Yeah! And the puzzling to me!
No escape! Azure Storm!
Here's a radiant!
You're mine!
Time to shine!
None shall
I'm
escape
not
my
done.
judgment!
Ready and rarely!
It's over!
Ray! Wind astral energy!
No
Take
escape!
this up!
Lightning conduct!
Freezing
Thunder
storm!
blade!
All mine!
Tiger blade!
Ice tornado!
Robs in pain.
Falling storm!
You picked the wrong fight!
Photon flash! Lightning
Tiger blade!
You're
Thunder
finished!
blade!
Healing I never miss! Dazzling spin!
Thank you.
Here I come!
Can't get out of this!
Firmament render!
Going in.
Now!
This one's all mine!
Arrow Squall!
Barely a blip on our radar.
These don't seem like your run-of-the-mill Zugals the Renans usually keep around.
Indeed. I believe it's safe to assume these were used in her experiments.
They certainly look as twisted as her.
Even here. This is...
I remember seeing instruments just like this back in Estaluva Forest.
It looks and smells like some kind of medicine.
Whatever this place was used for, I doubt it was anything of repute.
Out of my way!
The rebel! Stop that! Take it!
Not in your dreams!
It's over! Hands in the storm!
Can't be I'll have to take my revenge on you!
It's over! Take it away! It's over!
Blind freak! Give me just sit still!
Shield, can you take...
No sooner said than done!
Its armor's too strong!
Split it open!
Be my guest!
Appreciate the help!
Azure Storm! Take this!
In here!
You made me angry! That was a bad idea!
Take this!
Here's
You're
evil!
finished!
Tiger Blade! I can carve through armor!
My deal, you're mine! You're finished! You're finished!
Tiger Blade! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare de Malisa!
Will this help?
Here I come!
Here we go!
Here I come!
Primed and ready!
It's over! Last
Ranger! Back into the fray!
This one's
Turn
mine!
up!
Take this!
You're
Power
mine!
of water! Lightning!
Last shock!
Ready and ready!
This one's mine!
It's over! Here I come! It's over! Lunar Rondo! You're mine!
Hear my call!
Rotate back, will ya? You're
Here's
mine!
evil! Confiscated! Raging storm!
Azure Storm! Last
What
shock!
Gale, period is
Cut
right!
back, will ya? I'll teach you rip! You're mine! Ignite!
That's
Take it! Azure Storm! I owe you one!
Tiger Blade!
More from the stockpile!
Water Snake
Milan!
Blade!
On your knees!
Tiger Blade!
Infernal Tornado!
Ranger!
You're finished!
Spray!
Burning!
Here I come!
Laser spear! Here's evil!
Armor won't save you!
Take this!
Make it rain!
Here I come! You're finished! Mirage! Back, will ya? Here I come!
I'll heal you up!
Make it rain!
Demon Dawn! Rising Wyvern! Here I come! It's over!
Appreciate the help.
I'm not done! Take this!
First aid!
Here I come!
Everyone's still in one piece?
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
What is that huge flower-looking thing up there? Is that the ship's engine?
Indubitably. As one might expect, large ships require large engines in order to sail.
And if we destroyed it?
We might well sink the ship. Who knows if we would be able to escape before that happens.
Almadria sure has been busy since the contest began.
This isn't Almadria's doing.
You mean she didn't build this?
The body, yes. However, my guess is that the engine comes from a starship.
A starship? As in one of those vessels used to go to and from Lenegus?
Correct. The technology employed on Lenegus and in starships is more advanced than anything in our daily lives. Almadria may be resourceful, but she could never produce an engine like this on her own.
You mean to tell me we've got even bigger enemies waiting for us up in the sky? My head hurts just thinking about it.
Don't worry about that for now. Just focus on taking care of Almadria.
No choice!
Where are you going?
Pieces! Attack! So much for talking it out.
Now you'll learn!
Not in your dreams!
You're mine!
That's it!
Azure
Do
Sword!
it!
Plasma Shock! You're mine! Rising Wyvern! Luna Rondo!
There!
Mirage!
Do it!
It's over!
Dance and hear me! This one!
One more!
Let's keep our eyes on the
choice. Spicy one, eh? Not today!
This one's mine.
In a bind?
Pay for what you did!
Take this! Make it rain! Azure Storm!
Fine, free!
In an instant! Impact Block!
Firmament Render! Hear me!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! My turn!
Split it open!
Be my guest!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Gotta break through! Got you now!
Counter-engaged!
You're finished! Azure Storm! Demon Fang!
Glacial Steel! Here's evil!
All mine! Azure Storm!
Breeze Lancer!
Take this! Plasma Shock! Burn!
Here's a healing arm!
Take this! Where does it finish?
Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah! And remove! To me!
I never miss! This one's
You're mine! It's over!
Ready and rare!
Power of water!
Now or never!
Here, let me help! Raging Cascade!
Plasma Shock!
Take this!
Not a chance! Rising Falcon!
I'll be
Orochi's Fury! Piss off! Strike!
Think with your Tiger Blade! You're
You're
mine!
mine! Azure Storm!
This one's mine!
Plasma
Who wants to die next? Tiger Blade!
Not today!
Art Steel!
You're mine!
This one's mine!
Plasma Shock!
Tiger Blade!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Thunder! Pierce evil!
Plasma Shock!
Falling Star! Dance in the wind! Time to
It's
strike!
over!
There! Round field!
No escape! Azure Storm!
Going won't save you! Judgment, make it rain!
It's over!
Shion! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Right, here goes! For my lord! This time!
One more! Tiger Blade!
Azure Storm! Plasma Shock!
Into the shadows!
Lunar Rondo!
Judgment
Rising Falcon!
Annihilation!
Tiger Blade!
Fury! Burning Strike!
Searing Gale!
Lightning Orb!
We're not finished! Ignite! Take this! I owe you one!
Falling Storm! Searing Flame! Tiger Blade! Dance in the
You're
wind!
mine!
Another
Take this! My turn! Take this!
Make it rain!
Plasma
Prepare to be sealed!
Rising Falcon!
Healing Circle!
Looks like we got them all.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Confiscated!
By the power of water!
Take this!
Storm!
After storm! Plasma shock!
Dazzling spin! In a bind!
Damn it, Bennett!
Cyan instant! Lightning condemned!
Plasma shock! Take
None
this!
shall escape
You're
my
finished!
judgment! Going in!
Rising Falcon! Plasma
Lightning
shock!
condemned! Ray! Thunderblade!
Tiger Blade!
Here's a healing
Too
arc.
fast!
Stand back.
Their
I'll
arcs were
trip it up.
interrupted!
Now you see what I can do.
By the power
Here
of
I
water!
go.
Time to shine!
Lightning blade!
Plasma
Down!
shock!
Thunderblade!
Devastation!
Here's the
Rising
power!
Falcon!
Do it! Hit one!
Look sharp. Lightning Tiger Blade.
A comfortable win.
I'll do my best!
The earth throbbing in pain.
Red flame! Reload! None shall escape
You're
my
mine!
judgment!
After
Go
storm!
in!
Burn in hell!
Air thrust! Ray! Falling
Plasma
flat!
shock!
Tiger
Take
Blade!
this! It's
Arc
over!
field! Cyan instant!
Luna Rondo!
Annihilation!
Devastation!
No lightning!
My turn!
Look sharp!
I'm not done!
Raging cascade!
Rising
gone.
Falcon! I'm not done!
Laser spear! Here's now!
You're mine!
This one's
finished.
mine!
Plasma
Barely a blip on our radar.
Right, here goes! Bring him down!
Falling down!
Like shield, it's over!
Lightning dance in the wind!
Not today!
Photon blast!
Plasma shock! Abort! Mission!
Do it! Cosmic wave!
Take this!
Healing circle!
Tiger Blade!
Lightning orb!
Do it!
Devastation!
Kitara frozen!
Hammer!
With this, I can become even stronger.
What's this thing?
Now or never.
Here I go! You're mine!
no further! Here I come! It's over! Devastation! Lunar Rosa!
Shattering the pieces! This one's mine!
It's almost too strong!
It'll split it open!
Be my guest! We're not finished!
Make it rain!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Here, let me help! Wait! Can't be!
Back
into the roar!
Nice. No scratches on my shield. Or my armor.
No backing down!
Engaging!
Release field!
Okay!
I'll punch that gun out of your hand!
Bring him down!
Here's your
Shot! Fall back!
crumble!
Too fast! Stand back! Trip it up! You're my Support! Listen! Here I come!
Now!
Swallow dance!
I'm
Just for it!
Eagle assault!
It's over!
Glacial field!
Here's the evil. Sleep now. I'll be safe.
Any injuries?
Finally, some open space again.
This flavor, why it ri-
You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I won't forgive you!
This one's all mine! I see one, eh? Try harder! Fire it up! Ignite! No
You can stand up to these fish!
Bring air support!
Do you require a hand?
Can't get out of sight!
It's almost too strong.
It'll split it open!
Be my guest! I owe you one!
I'll smash you!
Fire my shield!
Thank you.
Try harder!
This is it!
Orochi's Fury! Surface Knuckle! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Searing flame! Firmament render! Reload!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah!
Arrow squall!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
A showdown between blade and fist.
Got you now! It's over! You picked the wrong fight! You won't make a fool of me!
I'm on it!
After the door!
Ready and ready!
Try harder!
Take this! Dragon Shell! Armor won't save you!
Plasma shock! Lunar Rondo! Thanks! Rising Falcon!
Serpent Knuckle!
I owe you one!
Water! Not on my watch!
Orochi Fury!
Serpent Knuckle!
You picked the wrong fight! Here I come!
Where did that land from? Tunnel!
Here I come! It's over!
Healing circle! Air thrust!
Take this!
Reload!
Die!
Hurricane!
I'll keep you
Nothing gets past you! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Here, let me go!
I'll fix you up!
Plasma shock!
Anything in armor is all
I'll heal you all!
I'll smash you! Now
In the
through!
wind!
Take this!
In here!
Azure Stick!
I'll be
Here I
saving this
come!
one!
You're finished!
Dragon Shell!
Fred, healing
Plasma shock!
Do it!
Rising Falcon!
Here's evil!
Here I come! Plasma shock! Lunar Rondo! You're on! On your knees!
Not
Ribbon tear!
Take this!
More for the
Azure
stockpile!
Storm! You're finished!
Ray! Sleep now! More for the stockpile! Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
No further!
Freeze Lancer! Water!
Here I
Hear
come!
my call! Fred!
Plasma shock!
Eagle Fly!
Mega Ray!
Anything in armor is all right!
Tunnel!
Try harder! I have no limits!
Cyan
This
Instant!
one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me!
Done! I'll leave it to you!
It's Whirl!
I'm not done!
Downfall!
Orochi
Storm!
Fury!
I'm all stopped up! Annihilation!
Azure Storm!
Will this help?
Ignite!
Dance in the wind! Air
Take
through
this!
healing circle!
Plasma shock! I owe you one!
Pick you up!
I'm on
You're
it!
on!
Thank you!
Here and now! All good things come to an
Dance
end.
in the wind!
Here I come!
Swallow dance!
You're finished!
I'll heal you up! This one's mine! Photon! Dance in the
No
wind!
escape!
Armor won't save you! I'm
Air
just
drop.
getting
Go
started!
do it!
River!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
She sure spared no expense on her castle.
This must be...
The captain's quarters. The presence of the spirit vessel and the sheer extravagance on display can leave no doubt.
There's no one here.
Yeah, but I doubt she's out for a moonlight stroll. You think she jumped ship and ran away again?
I doubt it. The conniving witch is probably up to something.
Agreed. In any case, as long as she hasn't suddenly sprouted wings, she has to be somewhere on the ship. Let's keep looking. The way this key's been placed, it's like she's daring us to come find her.
Yeah, like it's all some damn game to her.
What's wrong, sweetie? Is something scaring you?
Maybe he just doesn't like being in her room.
I think there's more to it than that. What could it be?
Is this the ship's cargo? What a pain. I can't see anything past all this stuff.
Be on your guard. For all we know, there could be something hiding around here.
An opponent like this should be easy. I see one, eh?
Not in your dreams!
What the? Here I come! Azure Storm! Plasma
More where
Shot!
that came from! Lightning to death!
Devastation! We're not finished! You're mine! You're mine! It's over! Plasma Shot! Ignite!
It's almost too strong.
Don't get crazy!
Be my guest.
I'll be
You're
saving
mine!
this one!
It's over! Try harder!
More where that
Now!
came from!
Take this!
Don't get it!
Azure
One last
Storm!
one!
Demon Fang!
Into the shadows!
Azure Storm!
The enemy wields arch too.
We'll soon see about that!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion. What's this thing?
Be a breeze. Get in, get out. Bring him down!
Kick it!
Raging
It's so try harder! Come on! Rising Falcon! It's over! Take it! Rising Lever!
Now you see what I can do.
My steel is the force! Rising Falcon! Rising Lever!
An astral rat?
That's like you.
All mine! Shut him down! We're not finished! Ignite!
Where was that came from? Do it!
You're mine! Azure Storm!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
No choice!
Where are you going? I'll shoot them out of the sky!
Azure Storm!
Cyan Instant!
Go for the weak point!
Hard ready! Gemini Aqua!
Now
Take
in
it!
the groove.
I'm not done!
By the power of Hell!
You're
Here's the
finished!
healing art! Purge Malevolent! First aid!
Tectonic
Waterfall!
Searing Gale! It's on!
Sleep now!
The door
I'll be saving this one!
Here, let me help.
Burn!
The waters of
Again! You're finished!
Watch this.
Slap the shock!
It's over! Into
You're
the
mine!
shadows!
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Azure Storm!
Reload!
Demon Ray! Rising Wyvern! Here I come!
Circle!
You're finished!
I really owe you one.
Take this!
That's fun.
Orochi's Fury!
Feel!
Azure Storm! Orochi's Fury!
By the power of water!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Wind Astral Energy! More of that
Take
discount
it!
line!
Burn in hell!
Roll now! Power flow!
Take it!
Light
Azure
Astral
Storm!
Energy!
Demon Fang!
Eat this! Mega Ray! Dance in the wind!
Devastation!
In here!
Hurricane Thunder!
Here's a healer!
Take this! No escape!
Talon
Hurricane! Armor won't save you.
Azure Storm! It's over!
Talon I never miss! Divine Streak! You like to handle?
It's over!
Talon
This one's all mine! Eat dirt!
Eagle Fly.
Here I come!
Lock! Demon's Descent!
Flashing Fang.
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Here I come! We're not ready!
Look sharp!
Lightning tiger blade!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Engaging! You're finished! It's over! Here I come! You picked the wrong fight!
Dohalim!
Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis! Water, hear my
You're
call!
mine! Enter Storm! Plasma Shock!
Too fast. Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Plasma Shock!
Again.
Here I come! I'm not done! Enter Storm! Take this!
Prepare to be seized.
Reload!
Hey! Blow them away!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Finally, some open space again.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
All done. Come and eat.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out. You'll bring them down. Take this.
Fall back. You're mine.
Dork.
Azure Storm.
Glacial Spear!
Swallow dance.
Stardust.
Freeze Lancer!
Eagle assault.
Locked and loaded. This one's all mine. Fire support. Azure. Done.
Freeze Lancer!
Loaded. Here I come.
Prepare to be seen. Do it.
You're mine.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Oh, my lord! Done it!
Azure Storm.
Fire support! I'll smash you!
My feet.
Now!
It's over.
Abort! I'll finish you soon!
Azure Storm. Ignite.
Go! Get away!
Here I come.
In here! Murder the stockpile!
Here I come.
Burning strike!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion. Did that get rid of the barrier?
We'll just have to go back and check.
I see one, eh? You're finished!
Can't you?
No escape!
Where are you going? Here goes!
It's over!
Retreat!
Strong! Damn it! Be my guest! You're mine!
Do it!
You're finished!
Annihilation! Mega Ray! I'll be saving this one! Lightning!
Now you see what I can do!
My field? Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
There! Go!
Eat this!
Lightning!
You picked the wrong fight!
This works!
We're not finished! It's over!
Another one down!
Healing
Swallow
circle!
down!
Wind Astral
It's
ready!
over!
In here!
You're mine!
I'll be saving
It's
this one!
over!
Do it!
You're on!
Blazing Storm! Ice Tornado!
I need to be stronger. Out of our way!
Engaging!
Ready and raring!
Laser shot! Enter storm!
Shining Super
Laser
Nova!
shot!
Into the wind!
Storm!
Into
Engage!
shadows! I'll be saving this one!
Here I come! Enter storm!
Flame of fury!
Plasma shot! Ether force! Here I come!
Raging Storm!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
If Almadria's not in her own room, just where the hell is she?
It's possible she may be on the bridge, but I would guess that she's waiting for us elsewhere on the ship.
Which means she's most likely chosen a place where she'll have the advantage in a fight.
Be careful, guys. I came from an entire family of Danon mages, and that woman murdered all of them. All on her own. I hate to say it, but she's an incredibly powerful astral artist.
We already know she specializes in controlling wind astral energy. But on top of that, she might try to sick that monster on us again, too.
Right. To that woman, life itself is just a toy for her to play with. Let's make sure we put an end to it. only one last place to look. Straight ahead.
Almadria.
There she is! Almadria!
But all alone? Watch yourselves. She's probably planning something.
I was getting rather tired of waiting around. Oh my, and I see you came along as well, Danon Witch.
Almadria.
What's this? I thought you couldn't stand the sight of me. Go on, little one. Show me the full force of that hatred of yours. Otherwise, run and hide like the rat you are.
That's enough! How can you smile while causing pain to so many others?
That is the way of those who possess great power. The very way we Renans live by. Those with power set the example, and those without it are forced to obey. Though you two seem to have forgotten that's the way these things work.
And you really think that justifies your actions? You turned all those people into a hollowed sea!
What foolishness. It's only natural that the fate of a slave differ from that of its owner. Very well, I admit I did fan the flames just a tad back in Mies. But it wouldn't have mattered in the slightest if there hadn't been a spark to ignite. Without it, my actions would have been fruitless. Ultimately, it was their very own burning hatred that laid them to waste. To say it was all my fault is simply laying blame at the wrong feet.
No one's perfect. We all have darkness in our hearts. But the atrocities that you've committed, they're unthinkable! Your heart is nothing but darkness!
What a fool! To think time and time again you would challenge Renan authority without so much as an inkling of how things actually work. Such ignorance is why your kind has been enslaved for 300 years.
Almadria.
Well, if it isn't Lord Dohalim.
These people are my allies and friends. I won't let you insult them so.
My, what a shock. I never would have expected you to claim mere slaves as your companions. If I didn't know any better, I would question your noble lineage. Oh, how far the mighty have fallen. A traitor such as yourself hardly deserves to be called a lord.
You are nothing compared to Dohalim.
Rinwell.
He would never stand by and laugh. His people hollowed!
Ha! What does it matter? You're descended from those who allowed the power and knowledge entrusted to them to wither away. Your pitiful family may have feared it, but I do not. That knowledge and power is all mine to command. And now, you will witness what that power's truly capable of! Nesmold! Enjoy your meal! Such sad eyes, child. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down if it's the very last thing I do!
That's right. Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me!
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you!
What? Now you see what I can... I'm on a roll now!
Violation! Hear me! Flame of
Here I come!
Here, sleep now.
Thanks.
I'm on a roll now.
Azure Storm!
Here you go. Bloody nail. She wants to handle. Burning strike. This one's mine. Not on my watch.
Stay away!
This one's all mine!
Swallow dance!
Burn in hell! You're mine!
Light astral energy. It's over. Here's what the doctor ordered.
Take this! You're finished! Rising Wiper!
Attack time!
Here I come! Devastation!
Divine strength.
Rising Falcon! I owe you one!
Right!
Blood. Hearing flame of fury. Burning strike.
Lots of them!
Can't be swallowed.
No further!
What's this?
I'm not done!
Light astral not in your dreams.
Come!
Here I come! It's over!
Breaking storm.
This one's all mine!
Now you see what I can do!
It's over! Burn in hell!
Beginning with hatred.
You're finished!
May a thousand gales carry you to strike. Freezing storm.
What's she doing now?
She's infusing her beast with more power.
Get ready.
Azure Storm! Move it! It's over! Azure Storm! Demon Flame!
Dragon Shout! All
Confiscated.
Stay away! Hurricane!
This one's all mine! You're mine!
More with that
Burn in hell!
Raging
You're mine!
healing art.
It's over!
Where are you going?
Here! I'm not done! I have no limits! There! Last the shot!
I'll heal you all. Take that.
Try harder!
Healing circle.
I owe you one!
Sleep now. Mega ray. Stockpile.
Azure Storm!
Can't be swallowed.
Here
you go.
See what I can do!
No escape!
Here goes.
Last the shot! Here I come!
Photon fire.
It's over!
Watch this!
This one's all mine!
I'll tear you apart!
Luna Rondo! Devastation!
Hear my call.
Take this! Whirlwind snap!
Freeze land.
Ignite!
We got you
Nice while it lasts.
You're mine! You're finished!
Only getting started.
No further!
Photon flash.
Here I come!
I'm just getting started!
Healing shock!
Kisara, frozen.
Hammer!
Let me help.
I owe you one! I'm not done!
Dragon Shield!
Mega ray.
They're attacking separately!
Can't land a hit on her.
Keep an eye on her, and take out the monster first.
She's no stranger to astral arts.
I can take care of that.
Yeah, take it away.
Let me help. Raging cascade.
This one's all mine!
Here I come.
Stay away from my friends!
I'll heal you all.
You're mine! It's over!
Healing circle. Courage for magic.
Now or never.
Not on my watch.
Not today! You're mother!
You will suffer.
Like focus.
Thunderblade.
This should do it!
Hey, that. Can't be
My true power!
Take this!
Bad.
Wits about you, people!
I'll smash you.
Take this! No escape!
Glimmer dragon.
Demon Flame! Rising Wiper!
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity!
You're mine!
Chaotic disaster!
So that's the trick up her sleeve.
Your astral arms aren't so special. And now, they're mine! Here's a healer!
Big Tom! Try harder!
Ready to eat this!
You're mine!
You're done!
Not today!
Here we go again!
Mega Ray!
I'm not done!
Now I'm in! Oh! Now I'm real mad!
Try harder!
Where are you going?
Take this! No escape!
I
Here's
can
a
carve
healing
through
Enter
armor!
storm! Try harder!
First aid!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Crumble!
Can you...
From depths
Hands in the
abyss!
wind!
Come
Air
now!
thrust! Resuscitation! Magic!
Not done yet! Strike!
Here's a healing
Enter storm!
No further!
Denied!
No escape!
Free Lancer! Dance in the wind!
Take this!
Sweet cloud!
Enter storm!
Swallow dance!
With the dark!
Here I come! Plasma shot! This one's all mine! Take this! Burn in hell!
One last one!
You're mine! You're finished!
Do it!
Here I come! Enter storm! Plasma shot!
Damn it!
You're finished!
If only I'd been more careful.
Take this! Strike!
Do you require help?
Her master core!
Not while I'm around, she isn't!
It's over!
Field!
Where are you going?
I'll be
I'm not
saving
done.
this one!
Will this help?
Field!
Denied!
Swallow dance!
Dance in the
Here I
wind!
come!
Air thrust!
Demon Fang!
I'll never forgive you!
What?
I'll take you down! You don't scare me!
Go for it, Rinwell!
Things hit her now!
I'm not done! Not today! You're mine! Enter storm! Rising Wyvern! Lunar Rondo! Rising Falcon! Demon Fang! Here I come! Enter
Will
storm!
suffer!
Take this! I'm not done!
Thank you. In your dreams!
Come and get it! Anything in armor is all mine!
Behold
Swallow
my
dance!
true
Armor won't save you!
Here I come! Strike! Enter storm!
Tectonic
Plasma
force!
shot! You picked the wrong fight!
Lightning condemned!
Here I come! Go away! Rising
Cyan
Falcon!
instant!
In a bind?
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity!
I owe you
Chaotic disaster!
Lightning condemned! Thunderblast!
Here we go again!
You paid for that!
Tear you to shreds! The healing arm! Gusty nail! A new lease on life! Lightning condemned! Searing
Take
flame!
this!
Thunderblast!
Enter storm!
Here's a healing arm!
Far enough!
Here goes! First aid! Thank you. I'll end you! Astral
energy!
Say no more!
You murdered my mother and father. But I'm not like you.
Rinwell.
Even now, I hate you. But here I am, unable to let go. Honestly, even if I took my better in the long run, I realize that now. So, I won't kill you. I'll take you in and make damn sure justice is served the right way.
You would dare mock me with your foolish, useless pity? A Danon, nothing more than a mere slave. I won't allow you to...
It's not about what you think. Or being Danon or Renan. Because you'll atone for the crimes you committed. And that's all.
It's that swordsman again.
Oh, Lord Volron, what brings you here? No, forgive me. I've forgotten myself. Please allow me to make it up to you, my lord.
Silence now, wretched snake. Does it hurt? It should. That pain is proof you're still alive. Enjoy it.
Volron. Years ago, the Lord of Ganneth Haros met a sudden death. His successor was a man by that very name, Volron.
And like a restless lover, I've come back for more.
Stop right there!
Think you can cut me down? What?
Wait, what just happened to him? Alvin! Say something! Let go of me! Let me go!
Gianna!
Alvin!
come and find me. If you truly are the Sovereign.
After all this time, I'll be free from this hell. I can finally go home. I doubt I'll ever see this place again. Might as well walk the block once more for old time's sake. As usual, nobody wants to explain anything to me. They just threaten and harass me instead. What does everyone think I am? Some sort of talking pet? They're the ones that dragged me all the way up here in the first place. Bastards. I shouldn't have... I just wanted to go back. To Dana. To my home.
Alphen.
Leori.
Live for me.
No. Leori. No!
Wait, please. Wait, What was that? That... How long ago was that? That's right. Shion. Oh, right. That's what pain felt like. So much for it all being a bad dream. Where am I? Where is everyone? I need to find them. Better start looking. Niori. Shion. Damn it!
I'm not. Here I come. Azure Thor. Demon Pen. Plasma Shock. This one's all mine. Eat dirt. Rising Falcon. Azure Star. Time to let it rip. Orochi's Fury. Orochi's Fury. Strike. Azure Storm! Azure Storm! This should do it! You're mine! No escape! Take this! Luna Rondo! Take this! Luna Rondo! Rising Falcon! Plasma Shock! Take this! I'm not done! Try harder! Now! Here I come! This one's all mine! Take this! Rising Falcon! You picked the wrong fight! Here I come! Rising Falcon! Here I come! Plasma Shock! Rising Falcon! Take this! Here I come! Azure Storm! Plasma Shock! Now! This should do it! Take this! Demon Fang! Plasma Shock! You're mine! It's over! This one's all mine! There! You picked the wrong fight! Here I come! Plasma Shock! Stardust! It's over! Take this! It's over! Plasma Shock! Stardust! Try harder! Now! Azure Storm! Orochi's Fury! Azure Storm! Orochi's Baton! Here I come! Orochi's Fury! Eat dirt! You're mine! Azure Storm!
Alvin?
Finwell!
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistleim. Kisara and La are already there.
Finwell, where are we?
Ganeth Haros. Volron's realm, remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
I think Hootle senses an owl around here.
An opponent like this should be easy. Enter Storm!
Not in your dreams!
Plasma Shock!
Raging Storm! More where that came from!
You're on!
If it hides, just back it out
Rising
again!
Wyvern!
Steel Force!
Here I come! Heal! Thanks!
Photon Flux! Purge Malevolence! Arctic
Take this!
Waterfall! Breeze Lancer! Dance in the wind! Ready!
Begin! Fluid Gate! Enter Storm! This time!
Light Astral Rage! In here!
You're finished!
I'll be saving this
You
one!
picked the wrong fight!
Can you take
You're
it?
mine!
Take
Chinese Supernova! More where that came from! Blah, blah, blah! In here!
You're mine!
I'll be
You're
saving
finished!
this one!
Enter Storm! Rising Wyvern! Lunar Rongo! Rising Falcon!
Tempest Wall! More where that
No
came
further!
from!
Enter Storm!
Blast Light!
Catapult!
Take
Here I
that!
come! You're finished!
Dance in the wind!
I'll face you.
Take this! Demon Punch! I'm ready! All mine! Cover me! In an instant! Impact Block!
Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
Speaking of Thistleim, it's populated by Danans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Danan defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zoogles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah.
And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation and simply keep an eye on him.
Right. Hmm? You're saying we should check the Owl Forest? Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe!
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah, and now we can finally go rescue Shion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegus.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dana. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Danon?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almadria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, and the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegus is true, then maybe you really did meet Shion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Shion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Shion I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renin maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Shion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Shion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renin invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue? What do the others think?
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Danon, do you bear the same crest as the current Renin sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Danon for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I've never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renin, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renin. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.